Hi guys, it's Jem here. I'm doing the monthly May reading. So for many of us, April's been pretty intense. I know I'm coming off the back end of some major stuff. And all things aside, May is meant to be a bigger month of expansion. It's meant to be a bit more smooth sailing. It's meant to kind of put the brakes on all the tension and the purging and everything else that's been going on. So we do have a new moon coming up on the 5th, which is obviously said to bring many blessings. We've had Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter all go into retrograde last month. So that's bringing up a lot of inner stuff. It's also helping us to reap what we sow. If you can think back to about last September, the things you were maybe asking for, planning for, potentially are some of the things that may come up for you in the coming months, with Saturn now going backwards. So that's a bit exciting. Jupiter obviously is the planet of expansion, but now that it's going in a retrograde motion, it's asking us again to go within and expand from within. Pluto, now the dwarf planet, it can create a little bit of stirring. Again, we might be going in and out of midst of like anger, frustration, but then going into like calm and peace. So you might find this bit of a roller coaster while this is getting into motion. But again, we've got a few months of these ahead, guys, so it's best to just tune in, really listen to your guidance now. If you don't feel like being around people, if you don't feel like doing certain things, just sit with yourself, let it pass. And yeah, like I said, May is meant to be a bit more smoother sailing. So what I've asked today is I've asked obviously for the collective reading, what we need for our highest good, what we need to know for the month of May, what may be coming up for us. I feel like they're encouraging a 3-card spread today, going with the energy at play for the month. I'm thinking Spirit's advice, yeah, and then we're also going to have some potential outcomes. So they're not really encouraging a lot of talking from me today, very much really encouraging us to use our own intuition and guidance now. They have been for the past few weeks actually. So take this reading how you will. If it resonates, fantastic. If it doesn't, as always, I thank you for tuning in and listening. Hopefully it can provide some clarity for you, but if it's not, maybe it's not your time, just sit with it. So we're going to 3 cards face down. As I said, energy at play for the month, Spirit's advice, and potential future outcomes for the month and onwards. So first card, divine timing. They do love to give me a good laugh, I know this. So basically what they're saying with this card, very much the month of May is all about timing. It's very much a time where we are going to be able to see outcomes from manifestations we may feel we've been at for ages. I know for me, like that's truly something, and as always, I'd love to see it come about, but it is always about timing. There's a bigger plan at play all the time. The more angry you get about it, the more frustrated you get about it, you're just blocking its arrival. And even though I say this, I am so guilty of this. But really, the month of May is about timing. It's time to allow things to come in. It's time to ask for what you want and just surrender to it. Stop pushing for things out of your control and just really trust that there are bigger things at play here. Control what you can. Look after yourself while these things are manifesting. Stop worrying about it. But as always, take that with your intuition for the month of May. But I feel like on a real optimistic note, things are going to be more visible in our physical reality as opposed to our dreams and our wishes. So I feel like it's very, very positive. It's certainly bringing up a lot of joy within me. So that's a good sign. But again, take it how you will. It could just be that you need to accept that things are all about divine timing. It could be that something is about to really unfold for you that you've been manifesting for what could seem like a lifetime, but just trust that good things are coming, and this is the month that we will start to receive a lot more and see things in our physical reality start to match what we've been asking for. So Hopefully you've been asking for good things and vibrating at that higher frequency of love, as opposed to fear and doubt, so that you do see good things and nothing badly. But as I said, divine timing is the theme for the month of May. So know that there's good things coming, there's a bigger plan at play, do what you can, and then let the rest just fall away. On that note, actually, I do just want to share that I got a message through last night in my dreams, and the message was really loud and clear. And basically, they just told me to let the tower fucking fall. And I woke up this morning and I was just like, fine, let it fall, let it fall. So, timing. All right, Spirit's advice for the month, support. So again, take that how you will. What I feel like they're telling me with this card is that there's a lot of support around, whether that's through friends, family, loved ones, your work colleagues, even your universal faith, whether that's the angels, God, Buddha, or whoever you may be connected to most. But basically, you are fully supported this month. The only reason you won't feel supported is if you block it out. It's very much a time to open up, be vulnerable, and be willing to ask for help when you need it. Be willing to admit that you're not okay if you're not okay. Be willing to be who you are, to show up and allow that support in. That's pretty much it. There's plenty of support there if you want it. Whether or not you're willing to accept it or ask for it is completely up to you. But Spirit's advice is to start connecting to yourself, connecting to others who you care about, who you trust, and just knowing that, the good things come when we work together, when we connect together, when we stop building up the walls and just fully allow love in. Stop giving ourselves a hard time and just accepting that we are the best version of ourselves today, and we can improve on that tomorrow. But for today, we are who we are. We're doing our best, and when we work together in that community, great things are possible. So if you are setting things into action this month and you are relying on the results of timing, have a good support network. It'll help you through. And lucky last, potential outcomes. New love. So I do know with the new moon coming in this weekend, it is very much focused on relationships. So again, depending on where you are at the moment, that could be potentially a romantic partnership, could be the rekindling of a existing relationship or a past relationship. It could just simply be that you're going to really decide to love yourself through this. It could be a new love with you. Seeing the parts of you that you've never really seen before and tapping into that and realizing that, they're not so bad. Could be a passion project. It could be a new business venture. It could be anything. So depending on, again, how that resonates for you is going to be different. But there is certainly a lot of love coming through this month. There's a lot of love coming through for the future moving forward. There's a lot of love coming through for the things that bring us joy and happiness. And again, whether that's with a person, a job, a career, a business opportunity, a project, something that brings in money. Again, whatever resonates, trust what you're feeling, trust your heart. Really just drop into that and know that this is a good month. I really feel that this month is going to bring us a lot more joy and happiness than the past few months have. As always, there is reason for these challenges and these hard trials on our journey. They serve a purpose, no matter how painful they are. And I can even hear my ego fighting with that statement, but it's true. No matter how much I've really struggled the past few weeks, I always have this little flame of optimism going, this is going to get better. And it's that little bit of faith, even if it's just a glimmer, it gets me through. So whatever brings you that sensation of love, of happiness, of joy is going to be what comes from this month. I feel like the word trust is very much what they're throwing out this month. It's very much it's really surrendering to the unknown. It's surrendering to what we cannot see, surrendering to outcomes, and it's just believing that what we're feeling is manifesting what we want. However, it's very much a time that we must take the action steps towards what we want as well. As always, the universe cannot support us if we're sitting here saying, this is what I want. Because they're sitting there going, well, this is what we want. We want you to tell us what you want. But show us that it's what you really want. So I know for me, I mean, this is actually a value of mine before I really dove into spirituality and, you know, the cards and everything else. But it's always been a value for me that your actions are what's more important. You can talk to me until I am done with your voice, but if you don't show me, I find it very hard to believe you. And I mean, I'm not perfect. I've certainly screwed this up on my end to others as well. But, you know, it is a value I do cherish deeply. And that's virtually what the universal law works as. Like, if you can say that's what you want and you show them that you're willing to work for it, whether it's a business or relationship, like, they'll support you and they'll, you know, bring you what you need. So this month is about awesomeness. It's about happiness. It's about joy. It's about abundance. It's getting me excited. I'm sitting here and I'm tapping my feet and I'm just like, hooray. Like, I feel like it's a bit of a finish line, although it's never the end. Once we get through something, you know, there's more. But it's very much about newness, about love, about, you know, just trusting that we have the support that we need, that the family and friends and the people we care about, they're with us for a reason. And you know, like, if you don't feel like you have that support network, then, as I said with the Tower message, let it go. And you know, on that, they've just sort of tapped my shoulder and said, let it go with love. You know, even if you are in a bit of a Tower moment, just still love the fact that it's happening for you. Be grateful that it's happening for you. As tough as that may seem, and it might sound ridiculous, everything must be done on a foundation of love, especially this month. It's really about coming together, connecting. No more building walls, no more feeling like people are gonna hurt you, mistreat you. It's just trusting, being open, being vulnerable to the fact that there is a bigger plan at play for you here. It's all starting to unfold. You have more than enough support, and the things that you love are gonna be bountiful from this. So I'm just gonna leave you with a quote I saw actually on Instagram yesterday, and I actually thought it was really quite inspiring, but it was said, the last thing to grow on a fruit tree is the fruit. And I just thought that was so beautiful, because it is. It grows its foundation, it grows its roots, it gets grounded, it builds itself up, it gets stronger, and then it sprouts fruit as its final moment. So this month is very much about enjoying the fruits of your labor. Have you been trusting in divine timing and willing to work with others to bring it about? So I do feel like, although this is very much kind of spirit's energy, spirit's advice and future outcomes, it's all very much linked. And as I said, depending on who you are and what's going on for you in your life, what's happened for you since the start of the year, these are all going to resonate differently. So take a while to just sit with the cards, have a look at them, breathe into them, and just see what message might come through for you. You know, focus on which card points to you mostly. You know, what jumps out at you first, what colors. And, you know, maybe write some things down if you feel that you can't really make sense of it. But as always, it's not so much about logical this month. It's very much about heartfelt. It's very much about tapping into the trust of timing. So I really hope you've enjoyed that reading, guys. I know it certainly put me in a great mood coming out of April. So I just want to send lots of love and blessings to everyone, because I know from my own heart it has been tough. Some of you maybe not experiencing that so much. That's great. But, you know, for those of you who've maybe been having a bit of hard time, a bit of grieving, things are looking up, and it's that faith that is going to get you through. So May is going to be good. It's going to bring us a lot more. It's going to show us a lot more expansion in our reality. It's exciting. It's full of abundance and happiness, and just like, oh, I just want to give everyone a big hug. So thank you for tuning in as always, guys, and happy May. Just sending lots of well wishes to you, and I just really hope that you know, good things abound for all of us. I will be speaking with you soon. Bye.